everybody, we are here with Sanitarium. Guys, thank you so much for coming. So, we have two Bryans, both directors, and Kerry, co-writer and director.
Yes.
Yes. So, tell me about how this all came about. Were you guys all sitting around, hanging out, and you guys, or were you struck by a story? Was something happened?
Well, we've known each other for a really long time. We kind of all grew up in the San Antonio film industry, and about 2 years ago, I wanted to do a revamp of Twilight Zone, Alfred Hitchcock, where you kind of have this anthology, 30-minute segments that just go into the short story format, and everything dealing with supernatural psychological thrillers. And so I kind of created the premise for Sanitarium, and then I contacted my two good friends, and we kind of all met at my house one night and kind of fleshed out everything on how we were going to do it.
Over a good bottle of scotch.
Over a good bottle of scotch.
That was fun. It's a great idea. We started flowing.
That's how every movie starts.
Yeah.
Yeah, possibly. And then you went on and got Lou Diamond Phillips involved and John Glover involved. So what did they think of the idea when you first approached them? And like, what was your pitch?
Well, I mean, it was awesome because we had already, like I said, he created this project and we came on board as directors with him. And you have this team of guys that really love making movies and have accomplished a lot making movies. And you have this team and you want to get these legends involved, and this project is going to take you back to the anthology pieces that we grew up loving. So I remember when I met, John Glover and Robert Englund at his house in Los Angeles. It was amazing because they were so into the project already, and they loved every idea that we had. They loved the script, and they loved the process we were going through and making it. And it was amazing to have them come. And then with Lou, I mean.
No, Lou was incredible. I got to be able to speak with him really early on, and just one of the greatest, most professional actors that I could have ever hoped to work with. So it was a real honor to be able to work with him within my segments. And then I know that Bryan got to...
I was lucky enough to work with some awesome actors. I got veteran actor Chris Mulkey, who's done so much stuff, and it's like a huge body of work. And so getting to work with him was outstanding because he's so professional, and he just brings so much to the table. So you work with someone like that, and you really got to up your game, and he was just really involved in helping and just making it better, giving suggestions, being a really helpful performer for me, as well as Lacey Chabert and David Mazouz. I grew up watching Lacey on TV. It was like starstruck. I was like, oh my goodness, it's Lacey. It's awesome. It's so cool. So, and they were all fantastic to work with because they from the beginning, they liked the project, they liked the premise, and they liked the quality that we were trying to bring. And so it was really great to have them and work with us at the same time.
And one of the greatest honors was being able to work with Malcolm McDowell.
Right.
And we all three of us got to direct Malcolm. So within the Sanitarium, he's kind of our host, our Rod Sterling, if you will, kind of taking you through each segment, and that was just incredible.
It was a highlight in our life.
Yeah, it really was.
And he's not lying. I remember he's like, Lacey Chabert retweeted me.
Yeah, I'm all excited. She's so cool.
I mean, what a day.
I know, it's like, and I'm done.
I've had a good day.
I've
We're
had a
good
great
here.
day. I get to work with my favorite people.
So y'all have worked together before, and you have developed your style of directing and working together. Sometimes visions collide, sometimes they eventually come together, or sometimes they're just spot on from the get-go. What was it like for you on this particular project?
I think it was amazing because we hadn't actually worked on a project together. We had worked on a project and admired each other's work and really looked up to one another and looked for advice from one another. This was the first project we worked together, and what was amazing is the hospital is the only thing that we all really co-directed. The rest are actual individual segments we directed by ourselves. So we had our own style, our own taste to this project we did, and then you go into the hospital that we're all a part of, then you go into each individual segment that we individually directed.
That's a really interesting style.
I was bullied by these two gentlemen so much.
Well, let it be said.
No, it was amazing because I know for me, I got to I was the first one to start filming, but I had the honor of having these two gentlemen watch over me, at least, to guide me and make sure that I was on the right track. And because it was a new project, we were getting our feet wet, and we were all dealing with the first time all three of us were collaborating in this sense. I had Kerry on set, who was really good at keeping me on track, but also as a director offering me good advice as far as shooting and how to work with the actors as well. And so it was really beneficial, at least for me, to get to work with these two gentlemen who have a larger experience, and it was absolutely fantastic collaborating in that sense.
I mean, one of the biggest challenges was we treated Sanitarium like a television series where each segment had 5 days to shoot. So
That's interesting.
and I was also the producer on all 3 segments.
Which makes your life
Right, a little more complicated.
Yeah.
And so having to maintain the schedule, but not wanting to impede on creativity, but sometimes time just runs out and there is no more time, there is no more money, we have to move on. So that was definitely quite the challenge, but luckily we succeeded. We were able to get everything that we needed to get within those 5 days. And it was sometimes quite a miracle that we were able to do it.
Miracle
Yeah.
days.
I think, if you don't mind real quick, what was really awesome was when we had these legendary actors on set. They saw how hard we were working and how much passion we had. And the 18-hour days, they went with us and they loved it and they had a blast. And like I said, you know, time constraints. They weren't constraints. They were there, but we made it happen, you know.
Yeah.
And we had such an awesome environment of, you know, work ethic and creativity flowing around that everyone loved being there.
Yeah.
And we had a blast.
Well, that's great, and it's fantastic when you have such a wonderful set experience. It really shows itself within the film. Is there something that, in particular, you want the audience to take away from the film? They walk out and they say one thing about it, or something maybe real meaningful that touched them in a certain way. What is the hope there?
Where's part 2? That's another one.
Yeah.
Where's part 2?
Well, you know, because what we're really hoping for is that we are able to continue to make more of this type of format. And so we are in development for turning into a television series. We are turning it into a comic book. And then, of course, what we're really hoping to be able to do is also continue volume. So being able to do volume 2, volume 3 of Sanitarium, be able to kind of continue telling these short stories, these kind of psychological elements, and hope that the audience really enjoys it and that they want more.
Very cool. Well, guys, thank you so much for coming. We appreciate it. Is there a website where our viewers can find out more?
Yeah, www.facebook.com/sanitariumthemovie.
Perfect. All right. Well, everybody.
And Twitter too, right? I'm
Oh,
sorry.
Twitter, most important.
Right.
You know, with Lacey, right there.
What is
There you go.
it's
Sanitarium the movie?
yeah, it's just twitter.com.
Yeah, just Sanitarium the movie.
Sanitarium the movie.
Great. Well, we're glad to have you. Everybody go see Sanitarium.